PlayStation.
Platinum X here, back again with Resident Evil 2 Remake. This is part 4 of Leon's first run playthrough. Alright, so again, this is a first playthrough point of view. This is the first playthrough on this profile.
Damn. Need a key card. You gotta be kidding me. Get off of me!
Hey,
What was that?
stay sharp. Lower it. FBI.
Sorry. Thank you. For your help.
Surprised you made it this far.
FBI, huh? What's going on here?
Sorry, that information's classified.
Where are you going?
Do yourself a favor. Stop asking questions and get the hell out of here.
Hey! I'm not done talking to you.
Alright, so as I said, this is the first time playthrough point of view, meaning I'm not skipping cutscenes, and I'm not entering combinations before finding them, throughout the playthrough. But it's most certainly not my first playthrough. So anyway. Alright, this guy right here, I do not have. Alright, I'm going to use my shotgun. Aim at the head. Bye-bye head. That removes a pain in the butt obstacle later, because he will activate, so to speak, at a later time if you don't take him out.
Hello? Hey. I don't believe it. A real human. Hello, human. You've been here long? Long enough. Are we the last ones alive? No, there's a few of us. Huh. That's good news, I guess. Yeah. That's of course Irons sent you. Irons? You mean Chief Irons? Is he still around? Who cares? Hopefully he's somebody's dinner by now. What do you mean by that? He's the bastard that locked me in here. I'm sure he had a good reason. He did. I was about to blow the whistle on his dirty ass. Same thing to him, I guess. Hey, I'll make you a deal. I'll lock this cell and I'll give you this. There's no other way out of that parking garage. Believe me. Sorry, I can't do that. I have to talk to the chief first. Look, we're both prisoners in the station. So either we play nice and help each other out. Shit. It's coming. What? What's coming? Come on, don't be an asshole. Hey, you need this. Just get me the fuck out of here. Oh my God. Who is that?
It's just me. So you can put that thing away.
I don't even know what happened. It just happened so quick.
I told you to get out of here. You wouldn't want to end up like Ben, would you?
You knew him?
He was an informant. Had information of use to my investigation.
So what he said was true? Hey, you can't keep walking away from me. I don't even know your name. I'm Leon Kennedy.
Find a way out, Leon. Before it's too late. Then we'll talk. Name's Ada.
Well, I guess the deal's on.
Alright, so we've got a tool right here we need. This is for, we need 2 little circuit plugs. Jail power panel. And it's basically just telling you what I just said. You need 2 of the power plug or the circuit plugs, and telling you where to find them. Alright, police car trunk. Can't use it right now, but we will be able to in a minute. This door is locked. This goes back into the police station. Alright, so we got a couple things here. Alright, so this is just a note telling you there is a bent key. It's not usable, but it will still unlock the doors and trunks of the police car out there that I pointed at. And if we open this box, you gotta flip it over, open it, and now we have the key. Message from Mr. Raccoon. This is basically just saying there are raccoons scattered around everywhere. And I pointed this out in the first part when I got to the police station. I was thinking it was a raccoon outside, but I think that was on a second run. Or when you basically just shoot them. And there it is, Vermin Extermination. Destroy a Mr. Raccoon. Alright, now there's not really anything on these 2. Did I get... There we go. There's shotgun shells right here. So you want to come in here and get those shotgun shells before turning the power on in this place. This right here requires a diamond key, so we can't get that right now. Alright, that is a stock for Matilda, which will then take up 2 inventory slots. Well, and it allows burst fire. You know, you can rapid fire it. You can fire it a whole lot faster. Well, I don't really want that right now. Don't need it right now. So I'm going to go ahead, but I can go ahead and get rid of the key. And then that will still be there later. I will get it later. Right now I want to conserve those inventory slots so that I only have to go down this area 1 time. Here we've got a blue herb. High-grade gunpowder. And go ahead and take the time to put the zombie dogs out of commission. Alright, that's all of them. Alright, right here we can use that tool to open this door. Or open the shutter. Let's back up and go in here first. And notice the body right there. Go ahead and pull out the shotgun. And as I did with the other guy, take that head right off so he's not a problem in just a minute. Alright, second drawer is a red herb. The last drawer is a flashbang, I believe. And then I think it's the one after that opening right there. Yep. And there is a key right there, the diamond key. Once we grab that, the body will jump up. So we can now... Oh, forgot about that note. Autopsy record. So it's better to go ahead and make sure he is done for. That way he doesn't get in the way later. Alright, so we've got a couple things in here. First is the first circuit board. Or not board, but little plug for the gel cell switch. We've got gunpowder and a green herb. Alright, so there's the door that was locked that goes back into the police station. That's what we're trying to unlock. This is the control switch. There it is. It's just the last two. The third and fourth switch. Alright, so now that the door is unlocked, we can hear some commotion, and now we have another dog. It will climb the fence, so it's important to take it out quickly. And there is another one. How that missed is like skeet shooting. Shoot a zombie dog or liquor out of the air. So I guess my kill shot was when he was kind of jumped up in the air. So that was kind of like luck getting that so easily, just shooting the dog right there through the bars. But they do jump at you, is why that trophy is there. And of course liquors too, they jump. Alright, so I've already killed that dude. Whoa, there's another dog. Kind of forgot about that. But I had my shotgun ready. I could have went ahead and took him out with one shot. Dude. Alright, he's dead. Yeah, when I came around that corner, if I'd had my shotgun ready, I could have took him out with one shot. But I kind of forgot about him, because again, I am rusty. Alright, I remembered that one. So that should be it for the dogs in here. However, there are dogs out there. And if you just heard the zombie noise, it's in here. Remember, now I have the diamond key. So what's important is you see them up and about. So if we come straight to the door and are quick about it, we can get in and out before they break through the door. Got a red herb. And film. Uh-oh. Oh. Alright. So I really don't have to worry about those two zombies. I can go ahead and just run on. Now there are some more dogs out there in the parking area, but I don't need to go that way at this time. But later on, when we go back to that parking area, there will be like three dogs there. Alright. So this is an area of the station we have not been yet. This is actually where that first police officer we got the notebook from, that we got ripped in half, that we saw on the laptop when we first got to the station. This is the area that he was in. So we've got a couple of shotgun shells there. And a room here. If you just turn around, turn on the light. Makes things a little easier. We've got another blue herb. Alright, we've got some magnum rounds. 3 magnum rounds there. And here is the... Ooh, nice! Switch over to the shotgun. Dude. All right. Now switch over to the shotgun. It's kind of dark, so sometimes it's... Alright, we got him. And there's the other half of the cop that we first encountered and got the notebook from, and the door. So this thing right here is for this panel to open this door. And there's a knife stuck on the wall here. Now that dude is crawling around. Now he does have a bulletproof vest on. Alright, that got him. Nope, didn't get him. Now that got him. Alright, he's gone. Alright, notice the board. So no, I don't have to worry about anything coming in that window. Everything in here should be dead. Because again, we boarded up that window. So actually, we've already looted everything in there. So really, at this point, we need to go back out this door. This is where we met Claire at the end of the last episode, and where we started at the beginning of this episode. Alright, now we come in here. In some of the playthroughs, the pilots from that helicopter are now zombies on fire in this hallway. But that doesn't seem to be the case on this particular playthrough. But here is the other door we need this tool for. And then we should be able to discard this tool after this door is open. Alright. Alright, so one thing to point out now is we can now get back to the rest of the station. Alright, so notice we've got another raccoon right there. That's 2. Can't remember, I think there's like 15 of them. Alright, this is a heart door, so that's for Claire only. We do not need to go there. Now, downstairs, we don't have the key yet that we need for down there, so there's no point in going down there. What I'm going to do is backtrack a little bit just to avoid problems later before I end this particular episode. So the only thing we can really do over here at this point until we go further into that new area is develop that film we found. And when we get back here, take out the shotgun. We want to check on Marvin, and he is now a zombie, so we're going to go ahead and just remove his head so that he is not a problem later.
I promise.
Alright. Now you got to be careful not to go busting through doors, because what we have now is a liquor right there. But again, if you walk, should be able to just walk right by him. Now I do have a knife. Forgot I had a fresh knife, or not a fresh knife, but I've got enough to finish that liquor off with that knife. Alright. Alright, 3rd floor locker, DCM. So now we have a combination of the locker that's on the 3rd floor. D, C, M. And we have more Magnum rounds, 5 Magnum rounds. If you remember, the first diamond key door we came across was past the STARS office, this way. We've already killed this liquor with the knife the first time we were here. So there shouldn't be anything in this hallway. But you never know. Alright, so no, we're good on the whole. This hallway is clear. Because as I showed earlier, there's a liquor now in that previously cleared area. So you got to be careful with that. Alright, so now we've got this door unlocked. And gunpowder. And the other portable. There's only 2 of these, so this is the second and final portable safe. And again, it's just a memory game, and I always just follow this pattern. Alright, so 4-1. I don't know why I did that, because I've already checked 1. So I'm over here now. Alright, so we're on 4, 1, 6. 4, 1, 6. Three. 4, 1, 6, 3. Four, 1, 6, 3, 7. 8, 4, 1, 6, 3, 7. Looky there. Didn't take long at all. Alright, so that is something else we get to do now. Alright, so everything in here should be clear. The knife is really the best way to take out these liquors. And you want to make sure there's not a second one lingering around here. Oh, crap. Again, you want to be behind him, not in front of him because of that. But, now I just stabbed him. And the knife is gone, and he is not dead. So that's not good. We need to run. Which is not cool, because he'll jump on me. That did not go well. See how many bullets these take after I've already, like, used the knife on him a little bit? Alright, he done. Now now I can get the knife out of him. That sucked. Now I could have went in here, because I just remembered, now that I've got the other key, there's another knife in here. 103 is a knife. And 203 is more inventory, another hip pouch. If I had remembered that, I could have ran in here and got that other knife and, you know, saved those bullets. Alright, so now we are finished with this area. We still don't have what we need for that. Like that safe right there. Still haven't opened that because I'm waiting until I find the combinations throughout the playthrough naturally without, you know, skipping over that stuff. So again, that's where we're at right now. So we do not yet have the key to open the door down there. So the only thing left to do is go this way. That board, we'll go ahead and pick that board up. We've got flashbang. We also have bullets. Shotgun shells. And a missing head. Alright. Now there's one more around the corner over here. Oh. He's dead. Alright. Then we have the gears. And a blue herb. And that should be that for this area. And then that door right there is a heart door, and again, that is for Claire only. So the only place left to go is out here where we have another blue herb. Uh-oh. And now we cannot go back. This is kind of why I've already did as much as I could already. Again, not worrying about steps or time with this being a first playthrough. So I did as much as I could before getting to this point because I knew I wouldn't, you know, you can't really go back. There's some bullets right over here. And so taking care of everything up to this point makes going forward much easier. And you're about to find out why if you don't already know. Imagine if you did already know, you wouldn't even be watching this. Notice the door is got a commotion at the door. One head gone. Oh, look at that. You made that easy for me. Yeah, let's go ahead and blow that leg off. Alright, dead. Alright, this changes the direction of the water flow, so now we can put that fire out. But first, we come in here. Some gunpowder. And there is our clover key taped to the board. Alright, let's save it. How in the world are you not dead? Are you dead now? Can I go, please? Alright. Now we can put out the fire. We already got those bullets. There's a red herb right here. And then... Alright, pop his hat off. Hats off! Trophy earned. Mr. X. Now there are certain rooms he will not go in. He'll come in here. He will not come in here. So you're safe in this room, because right now we're at a dead end. If he was to come in here, we're toast. But he won't come in here. So we just have to wait for him to walk away. When he comes through the door, you have room right here to actually just run around him like this, because he's slow. Especially if he tries to punch at you. You know, you can easily maneuver around him. It's when you're trapped in these tight halls that it's hard to get by him without either a flashbang or, you know, causing him to punch, and then, you know, while he's recovering from the punch, you can then go around him. So it's actually not hard to figure out, you know, how to deal with that guy, but it is much easier when he is just not where you are. And it's better to go ahead and be prepared so that if Mr. X is on your tail, you don't have to stop and go by the box and that sort of thing. But now right here is where things have changed. So you can't just go busting through the door and running down the hall. If you listen, you can hear them. Got some lickers over here. Where are they? Yeah, there's a liquor around here somewhere. Alright, so now we can use the clover key. And right here we've got some more gunpowder. And right here is the handle for the jack that's got the library bookcase jacked up. And then right here we've got a grenade. We want to make sure that grenade is not equipped. Again, I've got a dagger equipped. But I need to go ahead and equip these flashbangs. And the reason I brought the flashbangs is because, again, here comes Mr. X, and we do also have... Alright, so Mr. X is blinded. And I guess it took care of the liquor as well. So that's why you use the flashbang, to disable both Mr. X and the liquor that's normally right there. And then now we can go up here. And again, even if Mr. X is on your tail, if you watch the previous, it was probably episode 2, where I was first in this library, I went ahead and pushed all these bookcases together, so once I drop that, I can just push all 3 of them at the same time. And then now we can get across here. Alright, so you see we got one zombie there. And one zombie here. His head exploded. Huh, surprised Mr. X isn't already on me. Repair plan. Alright, so basically what we want to do is the big one goes in here, and this lowers the stairs. Then we need to take that back, because that's all that gear did was lower the stairs. This one right here is for a smaller gear. But first, we're going to run around back here through this door to where you'll find your first large gunpowder. Now, it's best to hold on to those large gunpowders and mix 2 larges together for a larger quantity of bullets. With Leon, I use the high-grade gunpowder for magnum rounds. So it takes 2 high grade to make magnum rounds. 1 gunpowder, 1 high grade gunpowder makes shotgun shells. I don't usually make shotgun shells with the gunpowder. So the regular gunpowder and the large gunpowder I use for just regular bullets. And then the high grade I use for magnum rounds. So again, I don't normally make shotgun shells with the gunpowder. But if you mix a high grade with a large gunpowder, you'll get more shotgun shells than a small gunpowder with the high grade. Alright, so the large one went up top, and then the small one goes down here. And then that fixes the clock tower. Which then causes that to come crashing down. And that is the other circuit plug that we needed to open the jail cell down in the parking area to get the parking garage pass to open the gate from the parking garage. Don't forget, you got to flip this over, open it up, and then get your circuit board plug. Alright, don't forget that. I don't know how many times, especially when I'm doing speed runs, I'll just fix the clock tower and then just go running out the door and forget to pick up the plug. Yeah, so not a good plan. Alright, so these 2 guys are dead. Mr. X is not around. Now when you go running, it creates noise that can attract Mr. X. See, there he is right there, coming after me. So I don't need anything else in this area. I already have the board. Now I could have waited to pick up the board. I didn't need to pick it up necessarily when I was here the first time. But now we are going to go downstairs to use the clover key again. First, we're going to block this window up with these boards. The heart key is for clear only. Now you see, you can hear Mr. X already behind me. So keep in mind, all video games cheat. There's no way he could have been behind that. Actually, the noise could have been him opening the door upstairs. Kind of sounded like he was right behind me. Alright, so that's it with the clover key. We don't need it anymore. And here we've got another safe combination. 6 to 11, which is the one on the second floor. Now, we got a box here, and remember the red jewel we got from the scepter. But as I was about to say, this is another room that Mr. X will not enter. So you are completely safe from Mr. X in this room. And that is everything. So everything is blue now. He's coming downstairs. Or is he? Oh, yep, there he is right there. Yeah, sometimes he'll break through this wall right here, which I was kind of hoping he would do. But again, we can just duck back into this room. He'll go away. Yeah, this wall goes into the press room. So this is a nice, if he breaks through that wall, it creates a nice little cut through. I was hoping he would crash through that wall to create that cut through. Again, if you run and go crashing through doors, he'll hear you and come your way. Alright, so the combination was 6 to 11. Muzzle brake. Couldn't remember exactly what it was called. Okay, so what we got now is the jewel. Put in the box. All right, now that we have the badge, what you do is you examine it, flip it over, flip the switch, and it's basically a USB stick. Now we're going back to the STARS office. Before triggering Mr. X, I cleaned up everything I could. But again, if you're doing speed runs and worried about time, you can't really do that. You have to minimize your steps, and you know, it's all about pathing and inventory control. Letter to STARS members. This is from Chris Redfield, Claire's brother. I guess Leon wouldn't really know it, but Claire is like, this does not sound like Chris. So there's... Alright, so we have everything else except don't forget to get the badge back. So we need that badge to open the container that has a piece for the Magnum. So once you get back in here from the sewers, you would be able to get the badge from the office again, because if you decide to come back to the police station after going to the sewers, which is completely optional, then you'll be able to go back to the STARS office to get the badge. So you don't necessarily have to take it with you at this time, which means I really don't need that knife. Alright. Alright, Mr. X is on me, but it's fine. Alright, now I've used up all the boards for the windows. There are no more boards for the windows. And there was one here. See, he comes crashing through right there, but that's fine because we really don't, like, again, it didn't get in our way at all. It didn't really cause any danger. As long as you don't linger in that area and cause it to break through when you're there the first time, it really doesn't matter. Some dogs to deal with.
Jesus.
One down. There's at least 3.
What the?
Damn it. And they can get you in the door here. Yep, see, just got me. So what I'm going to do... Whoop. This one should only take one more shot. Oh, come on. That's bogus. Anyway, alright. Dog threat eliminated. Now you can actually go through the entire playthrough, especially if you're on hardcore and have limited inventory space. You really don't need that stock. All it does is increase, like, you can fire in bursts, and it increases your rate of fire like a good bit. Just standard difficulty. Really don't have to worry about inventory space as far as not using that. And this part is why we blew his head off the first time we were here, so that he is not a problem.
What in the world?
Alright, so we've got these 2 plugs. And now we can activate this board. Thing is, there is a challenge for doing this in a certain number of moves. There. Alright. 2 of these are for Claire. And then these 2 are for Leon. It's basically the same thing. So this one, I think, has to be done in like 11 moves. So I didn't actually get that. All right, now we can get the parking permit.
That doesn't explain the rumors about the orphanage. I just find it way too coincidental Umbrella's one of the benefactors.
You told me this interview was about the new scholarship of Vermin setup.
Come on, nobody cares about that. They want to know about the G virus and that big fucking sinkhole in the city, which, by the way, rumor has it goes straight to your underground lab. Now, are you gonna talk to me? Or are you gonna?
This interview's over.
Bitch.
Parking permit.
What are they after?
Got some first aid spray. Ben's memo. Station swarming with monsters. Even here I can hear their cries, but it's not the zombies I'm afraid of. Codename Tyrant. The ultimate bioweapon developed by those bastards in the utmost secrecy. To think that that thing might be wandering around here. Chances are they've ordered it to wipe out the witnesses. Alright, so we want to flip this switch here. Open this door. And then here comes Mr. X without his hat.
Give me a break.
Alright, so as I was saying earlier, like, you've got enough room to run around him. So he's actually not that difficult to avoid. Make sure you've got your flashbang equipped. And go ahead and lob one in the hallway. So you can get past all these zombies. Are you mad about your hat? Sorry, dude, there was a trophy for it. I had to shoot it off your head.
This is getting old. Saving your ass, that's twice.
I didn't realize you were keeping score.
Look, this isn't a game. Nothing dies down here. I take it you have the key card.
Yeah. And this. I was hoping you could explain what's on it.
Maybe. After I hear it. Let's get out of here. We might want to open the shutter.
All right, before I go forward, that's going to end this episode. So thanks for watching, like, and subscribe. See you in the next one.